Driver from writerandwife.com. I post videos about a lot of stuff, but mainly writer and wife life, and a little bit of metaphysical, mystic, and mischief. This is going to be like a vlog style writing process video. I'm very excited about it because I haven't done like one of these kinds of videos in a while. So we are currently in my secret space altar. I have a couple of things that I wanted to do while I talked with you guys because I got a couple of new things into my collection. I got a new oracle deck all the way from, it's an indie deck, so I wanted to support a small business owner after last week's, two weeks ago video. But it is the Inner Star, oh geez, oracle deck, the magic edition. Not sure if she has other editions or not, but I need to cleanse it. So I have white sage and Palo Santo. To be totally honest, I'm still learning like all of the meanings of all of these herbs that I have. I already have like a witch's cabinet or whatever filled to the brim of herbs and all of that stuff. I need to DIY like back. My altar is like 4 inches away from the wall. And everything is kind of like half on, like on the back row. It's like half on, half off, and just I'm worried if everything is gonna fall. It hasn't yet. I have a lot of stuff that are super heavy on the bottom, and one day I'll do an altar tour, but that's not what we're here for. Outlining process. I actually don't like the term outlining. For some reason my brain shuts off for the term outlining these days, especially, at least I should say, varies project by project. The project that I'm currently working on is incredibly confusing in a sense that I've never totally had a project like this before, where I'm like, everything that I have up my sleeve, this project for some reason is just rejecting. The way I've outlined before, rejected. So I'm starting what I'm calling a zero draft, but it's basically an outline. But for the people who don't like the term outline, for me, for some reason, it makes a difference. That's just my own journey and life problem. I have desperately been searching for options because I've tried Save the Cat, I've tried the new adult book that I talked about a couple months back in November. For some reason it was working for the Savage duet that I was working on. It's like a prequel duet and it's still gonna happen. It's not my debut novel anymore. It's very confusing. I've been exploring the world. The Savage world is like a series that I'm planning on writing eventually completely. Right now I feel most comfortable with the project that I am working on. It does have a title, and if you watch my live stream, I have already revealed the actors, or I guess the features of who I am envisioning these characters to look like. Anyway, it's not important. You're here for the mystery outlining secret. So eventually I'm going to have a playlist that basically has my whole writing process, or like my writing tools, my programs, all the ways that I use, or the methods that I use to help me in my writing process and stuff like that. So this one's kind of like the first one in that series. Without further ado, I was desperate. I was hitting very, very low rocky bottoms. And I just was very discouraged because I really want to publish something this year, 2020. It's not important, but there's a lot of reasons why I want to publish this year. I'm turning 30 in December, so I still have enough time. But my goal is to have a book out before I'm 30, and I think I can still do it if I have enough discipline. So I was really just desperate. So without further ado, tarot cards. That is my new outlining method, or zero draft method. It's something that I thought of on my own. I was in a store and I saw tarot cards. We have a local bookshop, and it's called Kinokuniya. They sell tarot cards, and I picked up, this one was the first one that I bought, the Mystic Mondays tarot. It's not the one that I use, shockingly. It's a beautiful deck, but I picked up the Wild Unknown, and for some reason this deck, which is a huge part of how this is successful, the deck does matter. For those curious, I have the Kim Cran's Wild Unknown Tarot. It's a very accessible tarot deck. I would probably recommend getting it online on like Amazon or something, because you can get it for like 30 bucks. Everywhere else charges you like $40. It's a little insane, but I got mine at a bookstore because I wanted it now and I didn't want to wait 2 days. I have been using this whenever I get super stuck. Whenever I feel like a bout of writer's block coming on, I will kind of like take some sage, burn it, and put it in my little burner thingy majigger, and you know, just absorb some of the scents, and that's been working to a point. But these allow me to like tap into a part of my brain that I usually can't get to. I have a lot of clutter in my brain, you know, as most humans do, and these really help kind of clear the path to that part of my brain, and my creativity, maybe not my productivity, because I've unreasonably spent a lot of time with you know, exploring this method just to make sure it's something that I wanted to introduce on this channel. So this is not a tarot deck review. Eventually I'm gonna have like a dedicated video on how I use this deck, like specific ways as a writer that I use this deck. This is just more so me saying, hey guys, there's so many spreads that you can use. A lot of them are free. A lot of them you can find on social media. Pinterest, Instagram has a ton of free spreads and stuff like that. But also you can check out the books. So this one does have a couple of spreads. I haven't used any of them. Typically I'll just sit here shuffling. Could be like, you know, a minute, could be 30 seconds, could be like now. I haven't dropped a single card. Typically if a card falls out of my hands, it's something that I was meant to see or whatever. And I try to piece them in the order that they fall in. Sometimes there's multiple that fall, and it's kind of hard, but I do the best like I can because you girls are brand new to all of this metaphysical stuff. Things you're gonna need for this are laptop or notebook and pen. You are also going to need a tarot deck. You can use any tarot deck imaginable. For this, I also chose to light an unscented candle just because I liked having, you know, smoke kind of fill the immediate area. I like the smell of smoke for some reason. This is the Wild Unknown Tarot. I will link it in the description in case you are curious. So to begin, I just literally start shuffling the cards in my hand. No hard and fast rules, just do it as it feels right. And as you have the deck in your hands, just kind of try to feel like a connection with one of them. Pulled the Father of Pentacles, Son of Cups, and the Magician. 3 of my favorite cards. 3 of most frequent cards that I pull. I do need the book, but if you are very versed in the tarot, you might not need that. So I just lay the actual card over the picture if the book is big enough. And I just kind of look at it for a brief period, and then I start writing stuff down or typing stuff in my Scrivener file, starting with the name of the card itself. And then underneath in this tarot deck, it has like sub-categories or sub-meanings that it's just really convenient to have in case that's all you want. It's a really summarized version of the actual meaning. And I try not to look at the actual meaning. I try to use intuition as much as possible in this process, because as a writer, intuition really has a lot to do with my creativity. So I start by really studying all of the features of the card, starting with what really grabs me or strikes me first. So in this card, you can see these wonderful rainbow antlers. I love stags, and so this is a really beautiful card. I spend enough time that feels right with each card that I pulled, and I just kind of look for the features that really stand out to me. Sometimes I overlook stuff that doesn't really feel important, but right now we're just looking for all of the information that this card can provide, interpret it with our intuition. Everything that you observe from the card, you write down either as a bullet or as a, paragraph, whatever feels correct, and that's what I end up with. if I feel like I need to, I will actually refer to the book. I know I already said that I didn't really like to do that, so sometimes I actually need the extra guidance. So this really helps kind of clarify if I have questions or if I can't piece the story of the card together in terms of what the card wants me to get from it. In order to make your life a lot easier, place the card where it goes in the book, and do the same thing with the other cards that you pull. Here is where we draw the main message of the reading, or of the cards that you pull, of the spread, whatever. So you write a summary of what you both feel, what your intuition tells you, and maybe something really stuck out to you when you were reading the actual summary. So write both of those down, and we're going to try to fuse them together with meaning and stuff like that. And if it's confusing or if you don't know anything, you can always meditate to try to think on what the cards might be telling you. Sometimes the message may not be clear, but the cards definitely might help you if you allow yourself to kind of give in. So that's my new outlining process. I hope that was interesting. So yeah, hopefully that kind of helped you if you're in a rut like I was. I still need to cleanse my deck. That was more complicated than I think it needed to be, but I think you got the picture. I'm going to use sage. I kind of made my decision while doing that whole exercise. I do this. I just kind of wanted to like give y'all an update on like where I'm at with my life, at least in my novel, because lots of stuff that happened over January. I kind of fell off the face of the earth for NaNoWriMo, and that's not really intentional, but I was like really excited and we got tons of traction. And then like everyone kind of was at the point where they're just like, yeah, this is not a good time for me to write. We were all kind of like unanimously quiet all month in my Facebook group. I'm not going to show much of this, but this is that Oracle deck, and it's just so pretty. It's just so pretty. These freaking cards, man. This is an indie deck, and so this is my first indie deck, the first one that I really purchased that wasn't like in a store. You couldn't buy in a store of some kind, in a metaphysical store or whatever. There's tons of ways that you can like cleanse cards, if you will, but this is just the easiest, and it makes me feel the most satisfied. So yeah, if you're curious about this, I will link her store. Love her. Just take a note, if you live over on this side of the world, it takes a little while to get here. I'm still about 22,000 words in this manuscript. I haven't really written anything since the middle of January. I wrote about 80,000 words in 18 days. And so I kind of felt the burnout, if you will. I was very overwriting. 80,000 words in 18 days, however long, is a lot. It was mostly fan fiction. So yeah, I am in the middle of zero drafting this novel. I'm really excited about where it's going. The pain that I'm feeling right now is more on the whole writing, like the actual physical part of writing. For some reason, I know exactly what I want to write, and I'm very excited about this scene specifically. So my characters, they know each other. I don't want to give away too much. The characters know each other, and they were supposed to have like had their first, I guess, inciting incident at Alcoholics Anonymous. The first chapter, what I wrote, I'm in love with, but I've changed completely the beginning, and it's because of these gosh darn tarot cards. I really felt like while the writing was good and it's some of my best that I've ever done, I did it in like like 2 hours and it's over 6,000 words long. It just kind of flowed out of me, really. So there's like a phase in the novel where my characters are like getting to know each other and stuff like that. That happens over like a 6-month time span, and it's really important that it happens over a 6-month time span. I don't know why, I just am really drawn to the number 6. I'm born December 6th. I like the number 6. So that's the trivia for that. Thinking about that part of the novel way too much. I know kind of how I want to begin the novel, but I'm exploring, it's a really good word to use, I'm exploring options at this point, because I want to save the 6,000 words that I wrote for the like chapter 1, because they're so good. I usually hate what I write in the first draft, but like most of it reads to me like if I got an editor to edit it, I could like publish it after that. Like that's how I feel it. I'm really proud of it is what I'm trying to say, and I haven't been proud of anything I've written in a very long time. Usually whenever I'm in zero drafting and first drafting mode, I'm just writing gibberish. I'm just writing to write, and that's the part of first drafting I just hate. For some reason my brain doesn't register success or progress in terms of gibberish or words down. My brain prefers to keep me in this like prison-like state where only like last draft quality paragraphs and pages and stuff like that matter, and I need to get over that. I totally do, but it's a hard thing. It's not like a light switch, you can't just turn it off. That's where my struggles are. I've been really struggling over how to start this novel. Usually it's not the most clear, but usually I struggle with the middle. This novel is completely different. I've always known exactly how my novels at least start, so I could write like maybe the first 2 chapters, and the ending is always clear to me. It's always in the bag is what I guess I should say. And it's the same thing for this. I know exactly how it ends, and I don't believe it's going to change, but the middle is finally coming together, and I still don't know how to start it. And the more I think about the middle and the more I kind of tie that into the end, the more question marks I kind of get. And so that's why I'm really thankful, I'm really grateful for this method. It has really helped kind of expand my brain in terms of thinking about stuff to incorporate or think about. Yeah, it's not like a miracle band-aid or anything like that, but it's cured my writer's block for the most part. I can say that comfortably, because now I at least have stuff I know I can write. Now my biggest struggle is the act of writing. Oh, I hate it so much. Oh, I hate it so much. I hope you are having a wonderful day. As always, that you would spend any part of your day with me to hang out is wonderful, and I so appreciate it. You'll never know how much it means to me. So thanks for that. I have a whole bunch of stuff I need to do. Wesley's car needs a new tire, so that's at least $400 thing that we're trying to figure out where to get money for. Oh, life is fun. But I need to go pick him up from work because his car is out of commission. So always could be worse. So I'm grateful that we have a car that I can go pick up my husband from work. And I'm grateful that he has work, because if y'all didn't know, the reason why I kind of fell off the face of the earth for a long time, specifically from like October to now, well, October to like the new year, Wesley lost his job. And there's no easy way, there's no fun of saying that. He lost his job, and that was just a really stressful time in my life, which is why I discovered meditation and how it could work for me and how it could make me kind of a bit more relaxed, a lot more chill person. My anxiety is infinitely lowered, and yeah, so far this whole journey has been great. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna go. I hope y'all are wonderful. Sorry, this was more of a chatty type of vlog. If y'all have any video ideas that were topics that y'all want me to do or cover or answer questions or anything like that, leave a comment. What's up in your world? What are you writing on? What is your greatest struggle? I want to know. Let's chat in the comments. All right, thank you so much. You can follow me on any of the social medias linked in the description. Visit my website, writerandwife.com. It's my blog. I'm eventually going to post my first like actual post. Oh, fun times. Fun times. All right, I will see you later in the next video.